All right, everybody, here's an update on the 359 project. We got the guys out here putting the new bushings in. These are the new bushings that go in the hangers back here. As you can see, we got new cast iron for the bushings to go into because they're wallered out on the front too. So we're just going to go ahead and replace all 4 of them. So, and then also we got the new slack adjusters down here on the ground. These are the new automatic slack adjusters. And get out of here, that guy just hit that gun. We also got the air ride front axle kit going on up here. But like every other part of the projects here, this thing ran into a little complications. Down here where the mounts go, the kit is short to hang the pedestals. There was no way to mount this airbag on there. So we had to call 12 Gauge up in Ontario, Canada, where I got this kit at. And they're going to overnight 2 pedestals to me. So that put, today's Thursday, they won't be able to overnight them till tomorrow, which is Friday, which puts everything off till Monday. So that's a little on the annoying side, but you know, when you're dealing with old trucks, that's what happens. So also on this thing, you can see this air cylinder sitting on top of this tire right here. Because the way this kit's going to go in here, these things were mounted right here, and there was the air assist for the hood of this truck, which, you know, on these 359s, that hood is extremely heavy. So we are not going to be able to have our air assist on there anymore because of the way the shocks are going to mount on this kit. They're going to mount right here, and they're going to be right where the cylinders were at, which is no bueno. So we bought old style hood springs, and we're going to put the hood springs and cables on it, and then I'll have to manually lift this hood every time. The way this truck came from the factory, this air assist cylinder has got a switch right by the driver's seat, and when you want to raise the hood, you just push that switch, and that air cylinder would start raising it on its own, and you could go out there and it would be quite much easier, you know. So we're sure going to miss that, but there's no way to have it on there with the air ride on there. So I'll come on around here, and we also got another little problem over here that's going to have to be modified. As you can see right down here on this 359, this pitman arm is very long. So that is not good, because what's happened is that airbag is going to want to hit that dang pitman arm. And also, these bolts have to be modified because the steering rod, the linkage, the drag link for the steering box, which the steering box is on the back in this 359 model, where on the 379s they're in the front, which is quite a good improvement from these old ones. But so we're going to have to modify the brackets on this side, you know, to hold the airbags. And also this power steering chamber is going to have to be moved. We've already taken the air cylinders off this side. They were mounted right here going up to the hood, but this power steering chamber is going to be moved. Have to move it forward, and so we got to do some more modifications on this. It's not going to be, you know, undoable, but it definitely wasn't a bolt up, you know, out of the box kind of thing like I thought it was going to be. I thought we was buying something that was already, you know, ready to roll, but it didn't quite work out that way. So we're going to modify it, and we're going to make it work. Put our hood springs on there. So that'll do for the suspension that we got going on here right now. But I got some other news here. Let me walk back here in this shop back here. Go back here in the back, and we put a new drive line in this truck. So Mr. Garcia has this transmission right here. This is a Eaton Road Ranger RTO 14613 double over transmission, and he has offered to sell this thing to me, and I have just about talked myself into buying this transmission off him and putting in this 359. Now I know that's going to be way different because, you know, in this 359, it came from the factory with a 15 in it, 15 over, you know. And the last, the gear in this 15 speed is up against the dash, and it gives you a 0.79 overdrive. But I don't know if anybody, you know, if you've driven a 15 over, unless you just running 90 miles an hour, it's very hard to have enough power to pull a 15 speed at any reasonable time. So I think I've talked myself into pulling this 15 speed out of here and putting that 13 double over in here, which I believe will be a little bit more long-legged. This thing already right now with the 15 over in it, I believe it'll run up in the high 90s. But with that 13, that 14 613 double over in there, I believe they'll put this truck in a 100-mile-an-hour truck. And I don't think we need a 100-mile-an-hour truck, but if you're going to do it, why not go? If you could go big or go home, right? So I believe that's what we're going to do. He's going to start on that project. We're going to put new U-joints in it, and I might as well. We got all new U-joints in the back now because of the new drive line in the back. So we're just going to head and put new U-joints in the front, and put a new clutch in it, and have that put that RTOO 14 613 double over 13 speed in this thing. And I believe that'll just about. I wanted to put a 6 and 4 sticks in it, you know. There was only 11 of these 359s that came from the factory with sticks in it, but I found out that to put a set of sticks in it's very difficult, and the price is through the roof now, so we're not going to do that. But I think that 13 double over will make this thing a pretty large unit, and will be just about everything we need to be, you know, Mr. Fancy Pants. So this thing will definitely be a large truck then. So we'll let you guys know how it goes, and thanks for the video.